NFL has us at the Caesars Superdome in downtown New Orleans.
Today, we've got a good NFC matchup on tap between the Minnesota Vikings and the New Orleans Saints. The Florida Atlantic man, Greg Joseph, ready to get this one started. And we are underway from the Superdome.
And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They begin on the ground with Kamara. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
From the 35 on 2nd down, Dalton.
There's Chris Olave.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
13 yards on the play. That's good for a Saints.
1st and 10 for Dalton.
On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete.
And we're going to see this offense try and spread the field a little bit and utilize the outside third of the field, especially against man coverage. But that time, the defense was up to the task, forcing the incompletion.
On 2nd down, Kamara. And he's going to be stopped just short of the 1st down marker at the Vikings' 44. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
That's the kind of run that gets everyone excited on offense. And, you know, oftentimes the guys who carry the ball, the ones in the huddle doing the chirping, right now I think it's the offensive line telling them, run it again. We are right there about to break a big one.
It's caught. Smith. And he is going to have a Saints 1st down by a couple of yards as they're able to get 4 there on 3rd and 2. Well, they kept it simple there, CD, only needing the short gain to move the chain, so they didn't want to go with a deep throw. They just go with that safer, shorter throw and able to convert.
Nothing wrong with that at all, partner. Check the box, right? Make sure you pick up the 1st down. Offense is getting established. You're moving the ball. You're not turning it over. Check, check, check. They like what they're doing early in the game.
It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
They are such a talented team at defending the perimeter and taking away throws to the outside. Great confidence, great skill.
Here's Dalton. Complete. Smith has it. And he's brought down short. 2 yards there. Needed 4.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go and make the tackle right away.
They'll try on 4th. Here's Dalton. Got an open man. It's Olave. Down inside the 10. Touchdown, New Orleans. Chris Olave, 32 yards. And the Saints' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. They gotta love that. 9-play drive results in 6 points.
That means they're doing the dictating. That means that they've described how the game's going to go. They're playing at their tempo, at their pace. If you're on the other side of the ball, if you're playing defense, defense is not methodical. They've got to go in there and shake things up and create a little havoc.
And that is going to be caught. And it moves the lead to 8-0. Interesting. I mean, they're putting their foot on the gas here early, going for 2 to go up 8-0.
Well, after that drive, you have to believe that they thought to themselves, if we can do that, what's another 2 yards? Let's go get those and get 2 points as a result.
And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 22. They start the drive with Cook. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
Again, it's Cook. And he'll take it ahead to the 28-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup there, so it'll leave him with a 3rd and about 4 more for a first.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
Working out of the gun, Cousins. And this is going to be incomplete.
That was the first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
Running for it, here's Cook. And he won't get there. They stop him a few yards short of the line to gain. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And it'll be a turnover on downs. From the gun, it's a run for Kamara. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. And Dalton to throw. Flush to his right. And this one is incomplete.
It's pretty early in the game, but they've already tried to establish him not just as a runner, but as a receiver as well. Didn't happen there, but I wouldn't be surprised at all to see them try again shortly.
So they've been unable to capitalize on the great field position as of yet. Here's 3rd and 9.
We're good.
To throw here, Dalton. Here's Johnson with a reception. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. 1 quarter down, 8-0 the score. And they'll let the fullback try and take him home. And he'll barrel his way into the end zone for a Saint touchdown.
A touchdown run there from a yard out. And the Saints have taken a 2-touchdown lead now.
Well, they weren't messing around. 1st and goal, they don't do anything fancy. They just go to the fullback right away.
I like how you phrase that because oftentimes they come back to the fullback when it's late in the down and distance count, right? In this case, 1st down, let's go get it right now.
And he got it 6 points on the board. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
Taking it about the 1.
Pass midfield. And he will take this one all the way back inside the 35-yard line.
Well, whatever the relationship was between the special teams and the offense, it's gotten a heck of a lot closer after a return like that. The special teams just keep setting them up. The offense thinks they'll go out there and knock them down.
Play fake. Cousins. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And that is incomplete.
With how the coverage was positioned, up was about the only spot the quarterback had to try and deliver that pass. Just put a little too much height on it. Incomplete.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Cousins. And he's got this to Jefferson. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. 18 yards the gain for number 18.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they're having panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
Cousins now to throw on 1st down. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
The coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
They'll send a receiver in motion to the right. On second down, Cook. And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
On 3rd down, Cousins. Touchdown, Vikings!
Kirk Cousins on the connection to Justin Jefferson. And the Vikings are able to make some inroads here to that deficit.
Great corner route there. Not only able to catch it, turn it upfield, and get into the end zone.
It usually involves a little bit of an extra move, doesn't it? You got to get them thinking that you're moving to the middle of the field and you're breaking away to that corner. Boy, that was well executed.
Now, here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
I don't know about you, but I can't wait for a few years of two-point tries and see what the data tells us, because a lot of teams want to throw the ball in this situation. This time, unsuccessfully. I just wonder if maybe running the ball might be the way to go.
With it moved up from the 3 to the 2, you would think maybe a few more attempts at running.
I think stats over time may bear out that running the ball will at least be the equal of throwing it in that situation.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense.
Well, this offense looks like they have a little extra pep in their step as they take the field here for drive number 3, because remember, Charles, drives 1 and 2 both ended in the end zone.
Yeah, and right now they've just got to be careful not to lean into overconfidence, because every drive has a life of its own. But I like the way that they've started, the way that they're going about doing things right now. They've got a chance for that 3rd consecutive touchdown, and that would be a crushing blow to the defense.
They'll run out of the gun with Kamara. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. It'll be a Saints first down on a pickup of 13. Good push up front and that run in between the tackles.
Let's play the leverage game here. Offensive line just got lower than the defensive front, and they were able to get their pads on them and move them backwards and create space for their running back to roam.
So after the run by Kamara, now another 1st and 10. Now Dalton. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 46-yard line.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football.
Working with a 2nd and 4.
Dalton now to pass. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Here's Dalton. Looking for Johnson, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks.
And the Vikings force the turnover. They'll take over at the 10.
Well, look, we're watching a quarterback here that's obviously been around for a long time. That's a throw he wishes he had back.
He certainly does, but as you well know, this is a guy that's used to taking a few chances, used to fitting it into tight windows. These are throws that he's made before. Didn't happen to get it completed in this case.
Following the interception, Cousins lets it fly for Thielen. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
The offense schemed going 5 wide, trying to create a chance for the big shot, and they took it. If he comes down with that one, that's a huge offensive swing. But credit the defense with a nice play, knocking that one away.
Hey, no, he's easy.
Throwing again, Cousins on 2nd and 10. Flushed out right. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
That one brought back a few nightmares because when the quarterback gets outside of the pocket, your job as a defensive back, make sure you stay as deep as the deepest receiver and not let anyone leak behind you for a big play. A nice job there having discipline and not letting them connect on that pass.
Throwing is Cousins.
Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by the linebacker, Demario Davis.
And the Saints are going to take possession of the football.
And I think this is a situation where quarterback coach in the sideline is going to talk to a signal caller and say, listen, it's 3rd and long, and it's still early in the game. Let's not force things here. If we don't feel good about it,
And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Another try after the 1st down sack. Dalton.
And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line.
I thought they were going to sack him there like they did on 1st down. Great coverage, but he found a way to move with his legs.
Yeah, his ability to take off, not only did he get some yardage back, he got a little bit extra. Really helps him on 3rd down, makes it manageable now.
Third down, a shot here for Dalton.
He completes it to Olave.
Touchdown, Saints.
Chris Olave
With his 2nd touchdown here in this 1st half.
And the Saints will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
Here's Dalton to throw for it. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. The 3rd time wasn't a charm. They got the first 2 two-point tries. Still have the lead, but couldn't get the 3rd.
Okay, so they didn't get this one, but I have to ask you, what matchup are they seeing that they feel that confident to go for 2 so often?
Yeah, and we talk about this a lot, but it has to be something, you're right, that they saw all week, correct?
Definitely game plan for it. Felt good about being aggressive and going for it. And right up until that one, they had gotten 2 for 2.
First and 10 at their own 16-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And with him down 2 scores, you wonder if they might try and put something together, even if it's just to get into field goal range.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw.
Throw left side, taken in by Jefferson.
Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime.
When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Cousins now. That's caught by the big tight end, T.J. Hockenson. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely. Great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? Cousins on 1st down. Open here, Adam Thielen.
Oh, he's brought down. And remember here, no timeouts left. They got to get to the line quick.
Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down, 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3.
The Vikings set to receive the second half kickoff, and they trail it here as we resume play. Kenny Nwagu now out of his end zone.
The Vikings take over first down 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. By no means certainly are they out of this contest. 2-score game start of the third quarter, but you feel like if they don't get points and then they give up points, then it can become a slippery slope. This feels like an important possession.
Yeah, and that slope becomes even more slick if you come away empty-handed on this drive, because then you give them a chance to extend their lead. You need some kind of points here, even if it's just a field goal. It's what I call one of those calming drives, try and slow things down a little bit.
That's a score you felt they had to have here in the third quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there was an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
In motion left is a running back. Cousins will try and throw. And this is going to be caught, so they do get it. And the 2 points, now they're back down to a 1-score deficit.
Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. But Charles, they still have the lead despite their defense giving up a touchdown on the previous possession. And even though they have that lead, it feels like a back-and-forth ball game where to try to get momentum back, maybe they need at least 3 here on this drive.
I think you're right about that, Brandon, because your game plan doesn't change. I do believe your urgency does because of the last score that went against your team. So what you want to do now is have your own drive and try and make sure that that momentum stays in your camp.
They run on first down, but it only produces a gain of 2. It's second down now. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Again, it's Kamara. And some room to run now.
And some pretty strong running there as he'll take this across the 50 and down to the 44.
19 yards.
Done. 1st and 10. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. He was unable to shake free there. They'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
Well, Brandon, we could see that play developing, and they were hoping that he was going to be able to put a move on the first guy and turn it into a big play. But no such luck. The speed on defense continues to get better and better in the NFL. Pretty nice example there of those guys being able to run from their assignments and finish off that play.
He takes this for about 6 down inside the 40.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
They'll get this out to Kamara.
And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40.
A loss of a yard. It's 4th down.
4th down. Dalton wants to throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Saints' decision to go for it backfires. And the Vikings defense is going to get the football back. Well, their first fourth down attempt earlier was successful. This one backfires for a turnover on downs.
I like their aggressiveness. I like what they're doing. They got it the first time they went for it. Why not a second time? I don't think they'll be daunted from attempting it again. If you're on the defensive side of the ball, though, any fourth down stop is a big momentum play.
So give them 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and it'll be second down. From the gun, here's Cousins. And fights him off. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's third down.
They certainly thought they had him surrounded and probably thought they were going to get him on the ground and get the sack, but he was able to elude that. And even though he threw it incomplete downfield, if you're a defensive back, you're loving the pressure that you're seeing from your front.
And complete, right side to Cook. And he's brought down short. 2 yards there, needed 4. Cousins to throw for it on 4th. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. And he is going to pick up the Vikings' first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive. Cousins gives way to Cook. And they'll be stopped right at the 30. On a play that started back at the 15, they pick up 15.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
They run again on first down. Cook. Credited with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 30-yard line.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. On 2nd and 9, Cousins toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. And this connection there, he's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
From the shotgun, it's Cousins. Touchdown! Justin Jefferson, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Vikings have a chance to tie things up as they trail by 2 here in the 4th. So part 1 of what they needed is done. They get in the end zone. Now you have to imagine we'll see a try for 2.
And that's what the book says, but defensively, they can't hang their head right here. They've still got a chance to come out with the lead if they make a play.
Here we go now as we get set for a big 2-point conversion. They'll try and run it in. But he is not going to make it. It's a big play by the defense, and they're going to hold on to their 2-point lead. Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. They've been asleep for a little while on this side of the football, Charles, and the score is just a one-score game now. Haven't had any points this half. What gives?
Let's go old school here. All right, let's get back to the basics. Get back to running the football, high percentage throws. Find the guys that eat pressure and make plays for you and make sure they touch it.
Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. They'll pound it up the middle with Kamara. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. 80 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. I was pretty surprised there when they lined up to run it on 2nd and long, but it worked out for him.
It certainly did, and that requires some confidence, some fortitude, and a little bit of hope, doesn't it? You hope you catch the defense just right and break off a big run to help yourself out on the next down.
Now a pass hauled in downfield. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Well, that's how you convert on 3rd down with an explosive gain of 34.
Well, Brian, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Kamara up the middle. And a 5-yard gain as he's down inside the 30 to the 28-yard line.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get him behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a 1st down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
They run it again with Kamara. And a couple of yards as they move it from the 21 to the 19. Inside of 2 minutes remaining in a 2-point ball game. This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8. Kamara trying the right side. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. And now we're going to get a timeout defensively. So another stop, 1:50 left in the football game. Here comes the 8th play of the drive, and they need a full 10 yards on 3rd down. Dalton wants to throw. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So a big one coming now for Will Lutz. This to at least make it a 5-point cushion. The kick by Lutz is good. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
On a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. Nwangu now from his end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And as the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. Sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple because we don't just make adjustments at halftime if you're a good football team. You spend that time on the sideline, you study what's on the notes and the tablets, and you make those adjustments, prevent a repeat of the last drive. Series to series, the best teams, that's how they get it done.
And we'll find out here. On a huge mistake late, it's intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore.
When you talk